Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Now, today we are going to be doing another video about James Charles and h3h3. I know a lot of drama channels have already covered this topic, but this video is going to be a follow-up of the video that I made on Friday, basically, because now there is a little bit more information that's come out, and also I have a little bit of extra tea. So, buckle up, let's go. While we do this, I am going to do my makeup as well. I'm going to use the Mama Mitchell Beauty Bay palette because I haven't used that one in a little while. I know the brows are pink, but you know, we're not going to talk about it. It is what it is today. First of all, I am going to get into all the tweets that were exchanged back and forth between h3h3, Ethan Klein and James Charles. I made a video on Friday where James Charles was called out for copying h3h3 and Healer's brand Teddy Fresh, copying the design of this hoodie down to the placement of the colour blocking and everything. Since then, a lot more's come out on this drama, with Ethan Klein of h3h3 releasing the screenshots of he and James Charles' private conversation about the matter. In response to Ethan, James said, "Oof, looking closer at the screenshot you just sent me, I will give you the heads up that one of the colourways we're doing is actually an exact copy of the purple, tan, pink and teal hoodie you guys have. I designed the pastel one based on the Nike hoodie, but my design team pitched me a bunch of colourways once we decided on doing a colour block collection, and liked that one and said yes. Once again, not being familiar with your brand or hoodie. The units have been produced for a while now, so there's nothing I can do, but I'll definitely be speaking to them because although I didn't copy anything, they certainly may have," with a sort of confused emoji. And then he said, "which is not okay." Ethan responded by saying, "Not really a coincidence then, is it?" James responded with, "I'm speaking with the team now, so I'll keep you updated on what they say." Ethan came back with, "Well, not really sure what to say. That hoodie is pretty much a Hallmark brand, but now I'm learning that more than one is knocked off, so I'm a little speechless, I guess." James Charles came back with, "Once again, the main hoodie in the collection isn't knocked off. It had a different source of inspiration, has a different colour body and different colour pocket, and logo is completely different placement, size and colour. You don't own colour block either. The other colourway, which I did not personally select but approved, however, is extremely similar, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of how the design team came up with. Regardless, we don't have the same fan base or demographics, so there's really no competition here. All I can tell you is that I've never shopped on your website before, so I did not copy your brand." Ethan Klein from h3h3 tweeted out, "Why am I sharing this?" in regards to why he was sharing this conversation with James. Number one, I think it's worth showing he admits he ripped us off with all the people who have been denying it. Number two, I've no desire to take legal action, so this is the closest I can get to some sense of justice before he sells 1 billion of these. Number three, he has gone on a warpath when someone ripped his makeup. Number four, all of our fans who will be wearing their colour block hoodie will now be mistaken as James Charles fans." James went on to share a picture on his Instagram story of Kris Jenner receiving the PR for his colour block Sisters apparel merch. And Ethan Klein's partner Healer went on to share her original sketch of the hoodie design, which was from way back in 2017. If you look at the next tweet I'm going to put up here, she even states that she's got pictures of all the different colour blocks, the colourways that she's got going on with those hoodies. So you can clearly see that these guys have had this design from 2017, and it looks as though James Charles's design team have stolen it completely. Now, in amongst those tweets, you will have heard Ethan Klein saying that James got pressed when somebody ripped his makeup. Now, I certainly remember, I don't know if you guys do, but I certainly remember it was when Wet n Wild made their LA 40 palette, which was allegedly a copy of the James Charles Morphe palette. Now, I remember the stink that James Charles kicked up when that happened. Honestly, like, he proper threw his toys out of the pram at that one. Okay, yeah, this was the tweet. James Charles said, "There are only so many colours you can put into an eyeshadow palette, and I'm not claiming to own specific colours, but when you copy the exact shades and layout from my palette without even trying to hide it." Okay, so that part there was James Charles laying into Wet n Wild when they announced that palette release, that LA40 palette that you saw there, the one I threw a picture up of. That was James laying into the brand. He actually got really unprofessional when that happened. I actually remember it because I saw it happen live online when that happened. And I remember him kicking up the stink, being really sort of entitled. And I remember the attitude as well. He was just really like unprofessional. And like, yeah, that's my palette, you've copied it. You know, there was no ifs or buts. He was outright, you've copied it. But funny, now that he's been accused of copying these hoodies, it's, oh, one's knocked off, one is, but it's not me, it's my design team, and it's all deflecting and shifting blame here and there, and you know, funny that how now the shoe's on the other foot and he's the one being accused of copying. Oh, suddenly it's not his fault. Okay, so I've just finished off the shadow on the top. Now I've got these, I don't know if you'll be able to see in this light. Oh, yeah, there we go. They are the Mama Mitchell and Beauty Bay liners. So they're just like that. They're like a glitter topper. Show you. There were 3 shades in it. I got all of them, but oh, sorry, there you go. It's like a little brush like that, like a glitter liner. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a bit of concealer in the middle of my eyes there, kind of a bit like a halo eye, and then probably use the 2 shades here of those in the centre. Okay, so while I'm applying my glitter onto the extra little bit of tea that I promised you. Now, James Charles put something out a couple of weeks ago and quickly deleted it on Twitter, but your girl caught it. So, sorry, I was just trying to concentrate on my glitter then. Without further ado, let me show you what I found. Okay, I've just done my concealer, which is a shade, that one's a C6 in the Jeffree Star Magic Star concealer. Love that concealer, it's my favourite formula for concealer. But going back to James Charles, the little bit of tea was, he put out this tweet that said something about lashes. I'll pop the tweet in here for you. So like he's inquiring about what type of lashes people like to wear. So I'm like, sneaky, sneaky James. I actually think he is going to be launching his own makeup line or an extension of his busted Morphe palette with Morphe, because why is he asking those kinds of questions? It's like he's trying to do research, right? So why is he asking those kind of questions if he's not going to release anything? You know, you wouldn't really ask if you're not going to release anything, would you? And you know, James Charles has said before, oh, drama sells and all of that. So are we really surprised? But I just thought I would pop that in this video because that was a point that I hadn't seen any other drama channels bring up yet. And of all the people who've covered this video, no one has put that in. So being as I have that tweet, I screenshot it before James deleted it. I'm going to put it in here for you. You know, that's what I'm here for. To gossip, have a little bitch, spill a little bit of tea, and that's what we're going to do. So now that I'm nearly finished getting tarted up, what do you guys think of that? Do you think that James was unprofessional in any of his response to Ethan Klein, or do you think that he was like well within his rights to say what he said? I think it's kind of shitty, if I'm honest. You know, me personally, I think it's kind of shady to just copy somebody's design, even if it wasn't James personally. James is like the spokesperson, the front of his company, the front of his brand. He himself is a brand, James Charles. So it looks kind of shady and unprofessional in my opinion if you're releasing designs that somebody else has already just released or somebody has had released for a number of years. It looks shady as fuck. So I am just going to finish doing my face, probably pop a wig on, change my outfit, and I will be back very shortly with another video for you hoes, because we've got a lot more drama to talk about. It's all kicking off in the Dramaverse. Trust me. Makeup, we're bitchy. Fashion, bitchy. I went to school for it. You know, and that's another thing. Having gone to school for fashion, you know, I know that this whole hoodie debacle is kind of like James stealing intellectual property. But, you know, at school, when you're at school for fashion, you know, you learn about like how the fashion industry works as well. So, you know, I know a little bit about the competition side of it and a little bit about how, you know, the runway take things from student designers, they make it, put it on the catwalk at London Fashion Show and all of this palaver. So the work comes from fashion students first. You know, fashion students who have their profiles online or their portfolios online. You know, designers will go through it to see what people are coming up with. They'll steal what they like, make it, put it out on the catwalk for a fashion week, and then like you'll see it trickle down. You know, like they said in Devil Wears Prada, I'm sure you've all seen that film. You'll see it trickle down to the high street and then to some bargain basement bin. Wow, florals for spring, groundbreaking, you know. It is what it is. So guys, with that, I am going to love you and leave you here on this one. Go off camera, finish my face, and get to the next video. So I will see you soon. Mwah. Take care, stay safe, stay well. Bye. Love ya.